Okay, now part of Hitler's idea of the supreme Aryan or German race involved the union or Anschluss of all German-speaking peoples. Now, to the south is Austria, south of Germany, and Austria is mainly a German-speaking nation, and it has been for centuries. And so Hitler decided that he would unite or make an Anschluss between Germany and Austria. In this picture here we see Austrian and German border guards dismantling a border station and preparing for the Anschluss of the two. But Hitler didn't stop there. There was a large area of Austria that he decided to unite. Here you see the swastika, the Nazi symbol, right there, and the parade of Germans marching into Vienna, or Wien, which is the capital of Austria, Vienna. And so that happened in 1938, the Anschluss of Austria. But Hitler didn't stop there. He wanted to control the German-speaking area of Czechoslovakia called the Sudetenland. It had a high-speaking German-speaking population in the Sudetenland, and he wanted to control it. Now, at the time, there was opposition growing to Hitler, not in Germany, but elsewhere. For example, the British sent one of their government officials, by the name of Neville Chamberlain, to Munich, which was a city in Germany, and there was signed the Munich Agreement between Chamberlain and the British delegation, and Hitler and Mussolini and the Axis delegation, which gave Hitler control of the Sudetenland. And this tactic was called appeasement, and it didn't work out very well, because basically the idea was, whatever Hitler wants, give it to him, and then he'll be satisfied. Well, if you knew Hitler, it would be like, give Hitler what he wants, and then he'll ask for more, and you'll give it to him again and again and again. So it wasn't very strategic, very smart. So anyway, so Hitler marched into the Sudetenland in early 1939. And I'll pull up a picture here for you. This picture here shows the Sudeten Freikorps, Sudeten German army, basically. These eager volunteers, Sudeten volunteers, joined the German army, and were very happy that Germany had finally taken back the Sudetenland. And we're going to show you a whole different side of the story here. Whereas these men were German-speaking and saw Hitler as a liberator, others saw him as a tyrant invader. Here, there's one happy lady giving the German Nazi salute, and again, probably a Czech-speaking woman who is embittered by the recent annexation of the Sudetenland by Germany. And so we see two faces of the argument, whereas some saw Hitler as a liberator, others saw him as a conqueror. But Hitler was still not finished. He was still not finished with Austria and the Sudetenland. He wanted all of Czechoslovakia. And so he invaded Czechoslovakia in 1939. And we're going to see in a couple videos that he eventually starts the war, because Britain and France, the Allies, are not willing to see Germany take over yet another country. And so, at the invasion of Poland in September 1939, there will be war. But right now, one of the main causes of the war was this Anschluss. And this Anschlussing by Hitler, if that's German grammatical error, I'm sure it is, but this making of unions, this uniting of Austria, first Austria, then the Sudetenland, and then all of Czechoslovakia. And the patience of the Allies was decreasing by every single minute, and soon they would not allow Hitler to go a step further without fighting. And there had been fighting. There had been fighting. In fact, Prague was the scene of a major uprising, the Prague uprising, when Sudeten and Czechoslovak said no to the Germans and resisted them. The uprising was put down, and Czechoslovakia was taken over. In the next video, we're going to look at what happened in the League of Nations, which, if you remember, is the kind of predecessor of the United Nations, and how it really wasn't that strong, and it's going to break down.